In today's video, I'm going to explain exactly how you should add cardio in when your goal is fat loss.
All by myself.
Hey guys, this is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com, and today I'm going to explain to you exactly how we should add cardio in when the goal is setting up a fat loss phase. Now, for those that are not following me on Instagram, here is my Instagram, and this is where my questions come from. So, if you go to my Instagram and send me a direct message, I will post up your question here and answer it as soon as I possibly can. So, my question for today, thank you, was a wonderful one. I'll post it up here on the screen for you guys to read, but it basically comes down to this. We have a person who feels she has a very adaptive metabolism, meaning it changes quickly, right? And we have a person that wants to get into some weight loss, and now she's going to start her weight loss plan with 200 minutes of cardio per week. So let's talk about exactly what that means. For someone that's doing 5 days of cardio, that means you're going from 0 to 5 sessions a week of 40 minutes of cardio. In my opinion, this is a little excessive. Now, I myself this year have been dieting for a long time. I've lost 30 pounds. So if you see the picture on the thumbnail and you're like, whoa, that's a lot of weight loss. Well, that's a lot of weight loss for sure. But I got to an ultra lean body fat percentage because I do something specific, and that is a competitive athlete. So my goals to lose weight and fat are very specific to competition. Your goal might just be to get into your favorite dress, or to look good at the beach, or to have a 6-pack of abs when you're hanging out with your friends, right? So whatever your weight loss goal is, when you have a baseline of 0 cardio, here's what I suggest. Initially, what I did to start this year off from 0 cardio was I started doing 10 minutes a day. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but I gotta be honest. For someone like myself that was lifting weights and not doing any cardio, adding a 10-minute walking session on an incline treadmill actually got me huffing and puffing. It was something that I had to adapt to, but I also looked forward to it. Why? Because I placed it immediately before my workouts. Now, I love to lift weights. So when I would get to the gym, I would put my headphones in and I would put on a YouTube video. And if you're watching me while you're doing cardio right now, keep it up. You're doing a great job. But what I would do is I would use that as a cue for me mentally to get into my workout. I would separate my time, get in the gym, and that 10 minutes was wonderful. It got things going. It got the body fat changing, and I didn't overdo it. I wasn't spending 40 minutes right in the gym before I worked out, right? That would have been a little bit too taxing. I would have been a little bit run down. There are a few factors here. Why do we use cardio for weight loss? Well, it helps us create a caloric deficit. What else helps us burn calories through the day? Well, there's something called NEAT. For those that are not familiar with NEAT, it's basically non-exercise activity thermogenesis, meaning me moving my hands like this. I got a guitar back there. Sometimes I'll play guitar, right? Maybe I'll play a game of ping pong. Maybe I'll play outside with my kids. I'll jump in the pool. Well, let's talk about the different types of cardio and the importance of creating the caloric deficit the right way. Because what we don't want to happen is for you to do a bunch of cardio at the gym, but then you lay around the rest of the day. All you've done there is trade your cardio for your NEAT, your involuntary exercise for your voluntary exercise, and you're gonna start to hate things. By doing a slower, gradual increase of cardio, I still kept up with my non-exercise activity because I wasn't going too hard, too fast that I was run down all the time. That's exactly what I did this year, and I loved it. That's exactly what I do with my clients that I coach, and it's exactly what I would suggest for someone that's gonna get into a fat loss phase. I know it can be quite attractive to go, man, I wanna lose 10 pounds this first week. I promise you, that is a recipe for failure, okay? We want to lose weight slowly. I know as annoying as that sounds, but to keep weight off, we need to allow our body to adapt to the weight loss, okay? Otherwise, our body is going to put up its self-defense system. My man Lane Norton has been doing some great videos on this topic, and it's going to fight you, and it's going to make you put the weight back on in a manner you do not like, okay? So this is my suggestion. Start slow. Start with 5 10-minute cardio sessions a week. If you're going to the gym 5 or 6 days a week, just jump in there, okay? The next step, when you hit a sticking point, if you're paying attention to your diet, you can use a combination of things. You can restrict some calories and you can increase some cardio. Now, maybe you go from 10-minute sessions to 20, okay? That's doubling your cardio output for the week. That's going from 50 to 100 minutes per week. You're still at half of what you were going to start with. And you're going to start seeing some changes. You're gonna start feeling better. Your clothes are gonna start fitting better. You're gonna start looking better, right? But we're not gonna have this drastic, huge drop in weight. Why? Because body fat can only be lost at a rate that is accountable by our bodies, okay? If we try to lose body fat too quickly, there are too many things that change, okay? We risk muscle loss, we risk low energy, lack of recovery. We don't want these things. So my suggestion for you, start slow. Now, for the person that wants to get lean, and they're really focused on getting shredded, I suggest, from the bodybuilder's perspective, low intensity, steady state. Why? Low intensity, steady state preferentially burns body fat as fuel. Does this mean that high intensity or moderate intensity cardio does not burn fat as fuel? Absolutely not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's a trade-off, okay? So what I used to do in the past was a lot of high intensity cardio, meaning I would get on a spin bike and I would sprint as fast as I possibly could for 10 or 15 seconds. And if you're going longer than that, you're not doing HIIT cardio. I would go all out, life or death. I couldn't even breathe. Imagine if you got on a track and ran as fast as you possibly could, like you were being chased by a grizzly bear. That's HIIT cardio, okay? You cannot catch your breath. I used to do that for my fat loss. And what I found was, while it was effective, what wasn't effective, it was my behavior after I left the gym. I was a mess. I was laying on the floor. I was sitting on the couch. I was not playing with my kids. I did not play guitar. This was a trade-off. I was trading my cardio for my NEAT. I was trading gym time for being lazy the rest of the day. For me, it wasn't a great trade-off, but I do feel initially, early on in a fat loss phase, you can use a little bit of high intensity cardio, especially if it gets you excited. But I would start with one short session per week, no more than 3 to 5 intervals of a sprint of 10 to 15 seconds, okay? That's a good starting point. You do not want to be in a position where you're exhausting yourself. Now, as you progress, what is an acceptable amount of cardio to get up to? Well, I'll be honest, it depends on how far you want to take this and what your goals are. If you want extreme results, like I've gotten, like my clients get, most likely you're gonna have to push for extreme changes, low calories, high cardio. It's just the way it works. Our bodies are not designed to look like they look in magazines and on Instagram all the time. I promise you, that person that you follow on Instagram, even me, you'll see me posting all these shredded pictures for months and months. They're going to be from a very short period of time, okay? They're not going to be from me looking like that year after year, okay? We diet down and do this for a specific purpose. For a lifestyle person, for a person that just wants to get lean, you still might have to do some extreme things. Now that we've done the extreme things, what's the most cardio I got up to? I got up to an hour a day. That's right, 60 minutes of steady state cardio, 6 days per week to get shredded. I was also right around 2,400 calories, and I walk around at this body composition, pretty lean at 200 pounds. I started off at 225 pounds, okay? Just to give you an idea of where I had to go, okay? And this is what I do for a living, so you get the idea. Sometimes we gotta be extreme. For you, it all comes down to your goals, because you're gonna have to come to a point where you start making decisions based around either you wanna enjoy doing things with your friends and family, or you really wanna reach this fat loss goal. For some of you, maybe you get there without having to make those decisions, but for most of us, there is gonna come a time. And once you reach your goal, what do? Do you just go off the reservation? No, have a plan. You have to understand that you have suppressed your metabolic rate. You have increased your cardiovascular abilities. So you're gonna have less response from cardio. You're gonna have an easier time putting on body fat with a suppressed metabolism. So what do? We reverse diet. And if you're not familiar with that, you can look it up in one of my other videos. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
All by myself.